Hello and welcome to the Big Ideas Show. I'm Liu Batchelor and I'm very excited to welcome my guest today, who is Laurence Hickmott from Shepway Sports Trust.
Thank you, Liu.
Hello, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So, can you tell us a little teaser, what we're going to be talking about today?
Well, we're going to be talking a bit about the organisation itself, Shepway Sports Trust, which is a local charity. We've just developed a new 5-year strategy, and our vision really is to make sport and physical activity accessible to everyone in our community. And we really want to do that through lots of kindness, and we want to do it coming from a real place of love and honesty.
Sounds good. Okay, we're going to be hearing more about that after these titles. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Big Ideas Show today. This show is all about taking big ideas and talking about how we can turn them into reality. The event today, we are at the Courthouse. It's the first time we've been here, so a big thank you to the Courthouse and also to our contributors, to our team, and to the sponsors. Our theme for today, that I'm going to be talking with Laurence Hickmott, is about how can we use sport and physical activity as a tool for individual well-being and community cohesion. So, Laurence, you're from a local sports charity, and I believe that idea is really at the core of what you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So, I mean, when we talk about communities, the work we do is very much kind of divided into 3 key areas. We work really closely with partners in schools, both primary and secondary, and other educational establishments as well, such as colleges and universities and so on. We work with local sports clubs. We partner with, I think, 43 sports clubs we partner with at the moment. But then we actually do lots and lots of work in and around the community as well itself. You know, working with people ranging from literally 6 months old through sort of parent and toddler sessions that we run, all the way up to people. I think one of our oldest participants is like 86, I think, that is part of our Active 50s programme. So we really do provide opportunities, and we work with partners to provide opportunities for elite athletes, for absolute beginners, and literally everyone in between as well.
Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, so, and I know you've been going for, how long have the Sports Trust been
Just
there
over 5 years now.
Just over 5 years. And I know you've got big plans, haven't you, for the next 5 years? What's some of the emphasis, within our theme, this idea of kind of the well-being side and the community cohesion? How's that coming out a little bit more in what you're looking to do at the moment? Yeah,
so I think there's a specific few projects that really tie nicely into this theme. In our communities section of our new strategy, we're really focusing on working with, over the next 5 years, working with people that are struggling with their mental health. And we've already launched a programme specifically for, and we're doing that in partnership with Focus the Mind, actually. We launched that a couple of months ago. It's going really well, but we've got some big plans for that moving forward into the next 5 years as well.
Okay, and what about, like, this is a lot to take on. It's a huge the stuff that Shepway Sports Trust has done is already huge. Kind of, where has the passion come for you to be able to drive this kind of project forward?
To be honest, I've always known I only ever wanted to work in sport or music. They're the 2 things that I was only ever really any good at. You know, they're the things that I'm just naturally passionate about. You know, I grew up around here. I was born in St Michael's Street over the road.
Wow, really near?
Yeah, really near. Yeah, literally a couple of rows up there. You can probably see my old house from if you look through there. But yeah, you know, I grew up around here, and you know, I came from, you know, I didn't have a great childhood, to be honest with you. And 4 of the things that really kind of kept me going was playing music and playing football, going to the boxing club, and skateboarding around the local area. They're like the real key things that I loved to do when I was younger, growing up. And that kind of has always stayed with me throughout my life, really. And yeah, I knew that I didn't want to just, you know, not that there's anything wrong with any job, you know, all jobs are obviously relevant. People, you know, work to earn money. But I always kind of said to myself when I was about 18, look, you know, if I don't do music or you know, earn money through being a professional athlete or whatever, then I know that what I want to do is help people either in the music industry or in sport and physical activity. And you know what, it just so happened that I think there are more kind of solid opportunities to work in sport than there are in music, probably. Yeah. So I ended up working in sport. Nice. But it didn't. I suppose my first role really was working in pupil referral unit. I moved to London when I was 16. Left school here, went to London, and I worked in the London Borough of Lambeth, and I was working with young people that, you know, with real behavioural problems, you know, and I use sport and I use music as a way to mentor them, to help to turn their behaviour around and help them understand that sport and music can help them to really, you know, actually achieve in other areas of their life, like education, academic attainment, you know, attending school in itself, you know, things like that. So, my love is really helping people and using sport to do that. Yeah,
so definitely the title. And that's what I really liked about the title of saying sport as a tool for bigger kind of things. Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned kind of, I guess, the strategy as a whole of what you're looking to do with Shepway Sports Trust. Are there any particular projects you can tell us about that you think will really kind of catch people's attention or you'd like to kind of highlight?
Yeah, so the one that I just touched on a moment ago is one that I'm really, you know, I'd like to discuss tonight because it is obviously most relevant to what we're talking about. And that is working with people with mental health conditions. So what we've done so far, if I just give you a little bit of a background as to what's happened so far and what we plan to do from January onwards, we knew that we got a bit of funding in from Kent Police and from Porchlight as well. Really, really grateful for that. Obviously, all funding that we get is, you know, it's absolutely necessary. If we don't get the funding, we can't do the work that we do. What we use that funding for is to pay for things like venue hire, buying gym memberships for people. But we obviously wanted to work with partners to get people in, because without the partners, we're going to struggle to know you know, how we can reach out to people. Okay, so we've instantly linked in with Folkestone Mind, and we've already got a steady number of people coming along, you know, that use Folkestone Mind services. They bring them along to where we're based at the moment, 3 Hills. What we do, we've put on a kind of weekly timetable of activities for those people, and not only that, we've paid out of our funding for them to have gym memberships at 3 Hills Sports Park as well. And that's kind of like the first phase of the project, right? So they're all now coming in and they're having yoga sessions. I think one of our instructors in here tonight, actually. Nice. And they do like keep fit and things like that, okay? And that's very much kind of getting them into some sort of physical activity. What we do then after every session is we have a little social element to it as well, okay? So, you know, it's not just about coming in and, you know, doing a bit of activity. It's about then, you know, talking to each other, you know, and having a sit down and a cup of tea and coffee or whatever you want, and having a nice safe space to just sit down and talk to like-minded people. And that's kind of like the first phase of the project. But from January onwards, what we're now looking to do is we're actually looking to advance that project. You know, we've got a good number of people feeling safe, secure, and kind of happy with what they're doing. And so the next phase is that we actually want to use something, people may have heard of this, the Good Gym. Okay. I was involved in that in another job that I had in Camden before I moved back down here. And it's a fantastic, you know, kind of philosophy really on how things could be done. So it's around people helping people, which is another key theme in our strategy. And it's about people, volunteers, coming together, okay, and literally going out and doing good deeds. So maybe, you know, running to an elderly person's home, someone that maybe can't do a chore like their gardening, or they can't go out and get their own shopping. So someone may run, take some shopping to them, sit indoors with them, have a cup of tea, maybe do a bit of gardening or whatever. So it's really, you know, and the point is we want our, you know, our participants that have come to our project through Folkestone Mind to eventually be those volunteers that will go and help other vulnerable members of society, you know. So it really is a kind of ongoing cycle of goodness, basically,
Yeah.
and the community coming together and you know, and really helping out each other out.
That
And that's
sounds really
more
good.
of that stuff is needed, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that there's a lot of people here
Yeah.
that obviously want to talk about the same thing tonight. You know?
Yeah, definitely. It sounds really exciting. And I love this idea of, you're going for a run anyway. Why not run to someone that you can then go and help, or even just spend some time? But I'd love to hear more about, how people in our audience, maybe people listening at home, how they can get involved. But we're going to go for a quick break now, and then we're going to be back hearing about what we can do to put this idea more into action.
Yeah.
We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back. I'm here with Laurence Hickmott from Shepway Sports Trust, and we were talking, weren't we, about some of these sports and community and mental health all coming together. And you told us about this great project and what's going to happen next with taking those people that you've helped from the mind, kind of that being going to mind, and how we can then get them going out and helping other people who may be a bit more isolated. So can you tell us a little bit more now about who kind of can get involved, who and how? Like the practical thing, if someone's watching at home and they're like, oh my God, I love that idea, I want to get involved, how can they do it?
Well, yeah, we're looking literally for anyone and everyone, you know, that do want to get involved. I think obviously we need to be mindful of, you know, the age limits around, you know, whether someone's sort of mature enough, you know, to come and volunteer for us in terms of age, you know. So, you know, a 15-year-old, they might be a bit young, but certainly adults, sort of 18 plus. To be a volunteer, we would welcome anyone to come and get in touch with us through, you know, our website, which is www.shepwaysportstrust.org, or our Facebook page, our Twitter account, our Instagram account. You know, give us a call. Our phone number is on our website. You can obviously get in touch through those means. We're looking for volunteers, though. We really are. We need a massive pool of volunteers to really make this happen. Without volunteers, and sorry, that just to touch back on our strategy. Volunteering is a huge part of what we do, and it's a huge. Without volunteers, you can't make sport happen.
Totally agree.
In the community or in sports clubs or in schools either. You know, so we do need. There are fantastic volunteers out there already doing a great job, but we always need more, specifically for this project. So if someone is watching this and thinking, I'd love to help out in that project, then please do get in touch.
Yeah, definitely. Because I guess that's the brilliant thing, is you get all of the positive benefits of doing kind of the sport, being involved, even if maybe you're not, you know, sport isn't your main thing. You can do it at any level, can't you, volunteering?
Yeah, of course,
getting involved.
Yeah, and going back to you know, the point I made earlier about we're basing it on the kind of Good Gym model. Good Gym is a little bit restrictive in the fact that it's just about running, but we're looking at kind of, you know, reaching out a bit further and sort of saying, well, it doesn't really matter how you do it, whether it's cycling, walking, running, rowing, whatever, you know. As long as you're getting somewhere to do something, that's you know, that's fine.
Well, I guess it works as well, particularly with the cycling and maybe the rowing, where
skateboarding.
Yeah, you're going to those further reaches. Maybe the people that are a little bit harder to reach, a bit more isolated. So I guess, what about if people are maybe they want to get involved, but they don't want to do it on their own? I assume kind of people like running clubs, any clubs that can bring a large mass of people to this project and increase the sociability of it all.
Well, we've got some ladies right there from Hawkinge Hurricanes Running Club in the front row, and so we'd love to get. There are quite a few running groups in the local area. We're very lucky like that. We'd love to get running groups and other organisations involved. I think the beauty of what we do is that, yes, we are, you know, we're an established charity now in this area, but the beauty of what we do is it's not about us, if you see what I mean. It's more about our partners. It's more about the schools that we work in. It's about the clubs we support. You know, the community organisations like Folkestone Mind and Porchlight and so on that we work with. It's, you know, we can only do what we do with them. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so basically, if anyone is, particularly if anyone's from a sports club or has a group of people that might be interested, they want to get in touch. Individuals that want to get in touch, and I assume you can link them up if they're like, I want to do it, but not on my own. You can link them up, and they go to shepwaysportstrust.org. No UK, just .org.
No, just .org.
Okay, and I assume through all the social channels.
Yeah, Facebook's just Shepway Sports Trust. Twitter is Shepway ST, and so on. Yeah.
And if not, I would say just go to Google.
Yeah, Google it. We'll be the first ones up in Google. Yeah, there's no other Shepway Sports Trust out there.
Nice.
Not that I'm aware of, anyway.
Yeah. So, Laurence, thank you very much indeed. It's been wonderful chatting to you, and hopefully get lots of people come along.
Yeah, thanks very much.
It's a great project. So,
cheers.
thank you very much. Thank you to our audience. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to the venue for being here today. This has been the Big Ideas Show, the show about turning ideas to reality. And don't forget, there's going to be lots more episodes around this theme of sport in the month of January. So check out some of those. And of course, if you've got an idea that you want to share with us, then let us know. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.